Live.
Okay. Oh, there's that.
There's that.
Always got to get that button there. We got to hit the pause. Oh, there's that. No, we got to get rid of the volume over there. How you doing, Roddy?
I'm doing well, Hank. How are you doing?
Well, as you can see,
we're a little bit late tonight.
Well, we're a little late. Just like
no, we're not throwing anybody under the bus. Nope. Nope.
Just like
I'm not doing it.
Just like the Cavs, we are currently remodeling.
Yeah.
So yeah, folks. Yeah. You guys, you all voted, I guess, on. I need to share on a timeline here. I need to share on a friend's timeline. You guys all voted on a color to paint the studio. Yeah. Well.
You lost.
Well, it's not that. No.
Was I not supposed to say that?
No.
Sorry.
The vote.
I'm sorry.
The vote took place, and in fact, some of our viewers even questioned, about the vote.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, they picked the color, right? And then I went and I said, okay, well, the votes are in, and I told the house studio management. And I didn't realize that the vote was just like a fun thing to do, just a suggestion.
It was like a ha-ha.
It was more like a suggestion, right?
Right.
Because the management went ahead and went their own direction anyway.
Yeah.
All right, let me type this in over here.
You're going to have
that. We are
Family?
live
No? Okay.
now with health and fitness in the 330. Come join the discussion.
Yeehaw.
Cavs. Dude. Well. I warned you this was gonna happen.
Dude. So they just gotta figure it out.
Let me hit post.
They gotta figure it out.
Oh, they'll figure it out. You know that.
I know they will, but I have a feeling Tristan Thompson and J.R. Smith are gone.
Just January doldrums. We'll talk about that. That's another show.
Jordan.
Guys, we got a huge show tonight. Hey, let's start one. What do you say?
Let's do it.
We've got a great show tonight. Ladies and gentlemen. 3, 3, 0. 3, 3, 0. 3, 3, 3, 3.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to 330 to Go. I'm your host, Hank Forrester, coming to you live from Stakeout Studios overlooking the rolling plains of Hardesty Park.
Yeah.
In tonight's episode, we dive headfirst into health and fitness. It's a massive topic that people are very passionate about. We've been collecting a lot of information and data over the last several weeks. But before we do that, we're once again joined by the golden tones of Roddy Voorhees.
How you doing, Hank?
Living the dream, Roddy.
Living the dream. Well, tonight's episode, once again, brought to us by Safe Dryer. Peace of mind is just a phone call away. Do you know that risk increases over the winter months because folks are drying those sweaters and those heavy blankets?
Yeah, and I did some research on that. And on average, during an average winter annually, throughout the course of the winter especially, there's more than 3,000 fires caused by dryer vents in the Continental.
Well, dryer vents blow hard unless they're clogged.
Okay.
Blockage is never good.
Blockage is never good.
It's never good. Not having good airflow results in poor efficiency and the potential risk of fire. Find Safe Dryer on Facebook. Give them a call today, 330-510-1256. Folks, I can't stress it enough. Get the dryer vents checked.
Thanks, Roddy.
No problem.
Now, before we go on with the show, I did want to point out one of our friends of the show, they share a daytime office with me, and that's the Magical Theater Company. I'm going to pub them for a second. They're showing 1984. They're located in downtown Barberton. You can go and you can buy those tickets. They're for sale online. Just go to www.magicaltheater.org. And if you've never heard of the play or the book 1984, it is George Orwell's book, and it's based on futuristic America or futuristic countries where there's a big brother's in charge, and it's a tyrannical dictatorship government, and it's a very interesting topic. A lot of people have been saying for years that we've been approaching the 1984 type of time period because of all the surveillance that we have around the world. So once again, they're going to be showing this. It's at the end of January, 1984, Magical Theater Company. So check that out. Look for those tickets online.
Go tune in. Let us know.
All right, folks, big show tonight on health and fitness. So right now, go ahead and hit share. We've been collecting all your information and all your data over the last few weeks. We're going to try and share that with you now. But before we do that, I do want you to understand that we're going to try and be as impartial as possible.
I'm choosing Switzerland.
Okay. We're going to try and be as impartial as possible in this process because people are very passionate about the way that they work out and the methods that they use and the places they go. And we're aware of that. We're cognizant of that fact, and we're going to try and respect everybody's opinion, okay? So once again, right now, go ahead and share this with all your friends that are into health and fitness, and we'll get started on that right now. So first, our first topic is going to be places. These are all different places around 330 where you can go and work out, and we've got some pricing for you that we're going to share. Many of these places shared pricing with us. They also shared their facility thought process as well, depending on who I spoke to. So right now we're going to start right off the rip. We're going to go down into the valley, and down the valley is the Personalized Wellness Center. Their membership is $20 a month, and that's for the open gym, and the gym is open for 24 hours. Personal training sessions range anywhere between $228 to $400, and they've got small group sessions that are $150, and I believe all those prices are monthly. So I've got some friends. In fact, one of our friends, Chris, friend of show, who says he won't come on because he'll make fun of everybody. But he works out regularly down in the valley at the Personalized Wellness Center. And so make sure you check that place out. Also, there's another place over, and we brought this up before, and it's hard to find information on them because I think they're more of a medical facility than they are a workout facility. And then is the Revitalized Medical Group. They're located on White Pond right by I-77. And they're like any other medical facility, and they should be treated as such. Simply put, they help you to identify if your system's out of whack and needs correction. So they do pre- and post-menopause, fatigue, stress, migraines. They deal with gut issues, food allergies, thyroid imbalances, anxiety, libido, sleep deprivation, andropause.
I have no idea what that means. I was getting ready to ask.
Lifestyle balance and genetic testing.
I had it circled here in my notes.
All right,
I don't know what that means.
I looked it up. All
Okay.
right. And the definition is shady.
Okay, great. Shady definition.
Andropause is a gonad deficiency in men.
All right.
Okay.
Moving on.
So in other words, it's where you have low testosterone issues, and it's caused by certain things in men. Okay. So there's
righty then.
All right. Moving on. Huh? It's called andropause. Andropause. Okay. Then we've got curves. Raise your hand out there if you've heard of curves.
I have heard of curves.
So curves is, in my understanding, curves
is the dog barking? Is Skeleton Man outside?
I hope not.
Your dog's going crazy outside.
So curves, folks, is just a gym for ladies.
No men.
No men allowed. And the one in here in Akron, it's on Market right by Miller. They have a program called Silver Sneakers, and that's covered on insurance. My mom is a part of that. And it's how's this go? It's $45 a month plus tax to belong to Curves. And you can add, with $5 a month, you can get a calorie burn, calorie counter program.
Okay.
Not sure how that works exactly. But the lady at Curves told me that they have a 30-minute workout circuit. And the first 5 times that you go, the circuit is coached. And then they also have they have classes that are available too. They got body basics, they got dance class, and they got boxing class. By the way, folks, if you want to interact with us, please feel free to text in. Okay,
We'd love to hear from you.
Text in your responses, your questions, or you can just write them down here on the Facebook stream. and we'll do our best to add whatever it is that you want to discuss because, again, this was a cross-reference of as much as we could cover in 330, but it's such a big topic that we're willing to entertain new topics as well.
Yeah, let us know if we missed somewhere, too.
All right, so the next group is the CrossFit
boxes.
Okay, so
yes.
I'm going to give the voice a moment. I'm going to let you read off where all those locations are.
All right, we have 330 CrossFit in Wadsworth, Rampant CrossFit in Stowe, Advanced Performance CrossFit in Wadsworth, SPC CrossFit in Kent, CrossFit Utility in Arlington, CrossFit High Gear in Medina, CrossFit Legacy in Barberton, Midnight City CrossFit in Canton, Cuyahoga Falls CrossFit in CF, which is Cuyahoga Falls, Everhard CrossFit in Canton, CrossFit Cadre in Hudson.
I think they pronounce it Cadre.
Cadre.
I think I've said it on my
Potato.
Yep.
CrossFit Intent in Copley, MTM CrossFit in Canton, CrossFit Twinsburg up in Twinsburg, CrossFit Declaration.
And Declaration's right here in West Akron, and it's right around the corner from Acme there.
Okay.
So here's the thing about the CrossFit boxes, right? We know a lot of people that go to all these, and that's why we're gonna try to not show preferential treatment to any one of them in particular. And we also know a bunch of the owners too.
We do.
Next week, when we go to debrief this big topic, we're gonna hopefully have a few of those folks call in. So we'll get a CrossFit box owner here or there to call in, and also some of these other facilities as well. But right now, let's go ahead and these are just generic prices, guys. This is CrossFit generic pricing because they range. Most of the ones that I had on the list there were on the Fox 8 like hot lists, so they're listed among known CrossFit
they're popular
places around here. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and review the prices for us, Roddy?
All right, so it says they range from $125 to $250 a month. For unlimited access, it'll be about $1,500 a year. $119 to $149 a month. Personal training is at $60 an hour. They have a 6 weeks challenge at $250. BC is $89. I don't know what BC stands for.
I think it's boot camp.
Boot camp.
So they do it's like a hardcore week-long boot camp.
$89. $100 a month for strength and conditioning. 6 months, 3 times a week, $123 a month.
Yeah, so those are different responses I got from different facility owners in regards to pricing. So that's CrossFit. And again, CrossFit's a specific style of workout, folks. A lot of people are very passionate. A lot of people love it. A lot of people hate it. So, it's not for us to formulate that opinion, but we just want to share the information that we've gathered with you, okay? Next, go ahead down the list, Roddy.
All right, we have Evolve in Medina. It's located at 1671 Medina Road. It is a very customizable a la carte
program.
Yep. Adults from 35 to 75. They feature 300 classes a month, $80 per week, and it's for both parents and children.
Yeah, and they do a lot of mixed martial arts and fitness classes, and they're also home to Highland High School does a lot of their training there.
Okay.
And the owner had mentioned to me that they've got all kinds of different programs ranging in the $100 to $200 range for different kinds of training. So that's a very the problem, and I'm going to have him on the show as well, and he is not a fan of CrossFit. He's a martial arts guy. Okay, so so that way next week we'll give you that contrast and give you those differences of opinion. Get out of here. Dog's trying to drink my Pepsi.
Oh, don't do that.
Get out here.
Don't do it.
Since when did we have a dog on the show?
We brought the dog in, I think, because of the skeleton skeleton man debacle.
Anyway, so the point is, Evolve and Medina, they're located right in the area near Pinnacle, close to CrossFit High Gear is over there. So they've been around a while. So check them out as well if you're looking for mixed martial arts workouts.
Yeah.
Next is Orange Theory. They're right over here. They're in the same plaza right as Whole Foods.
Okay.
So right across the street corner from Piata. Okay.
Okay.
And they have their Orange Theory is a It's like a coached group workout type place. So they all work out in a group, okay? And there's different packages available for them as well. They got, I think it's 4 workouts for $59 a month. Pause. 8 workouts for $99 a month. Hold on, let me start over. Pause. So you got 4 for $59. You got 8 for $99, and then you get unlimited workouts for $159. Okay,
that seems reasonable.
So that, in other words,
seems reasonable.
I would assume that breaks down to once a week, twice a week, or whenever you want to go. Okay, so that's Orange Theory. So check them out. It's my understanding. I think they're a national chain, but they are a franchise as well. So in other words, when people open them, it's just like opening your own pizza shop type deal where it's your place, even though it's got the national name. Okay,
cool, very cool.
And that's Orange Theory. All right, so LA Fitness.
Yeah, let's talk about LA Fitness for a minute.
They're at Portage Crossing in Cuyahoga Falls. Okay,
yeah, let's call them out.
Well, no, I'm
gonna call them out.
No, I'm going to say it nicely. I'm going to say it nicely. So we did not have. There's too many places to go to. We did not have an opportunity to go to all these facilities. Okay. What we did do, though, is we called and did our due diligence using our little internet to see most of the facilities that we're mentioning. You could go see online. They all have their own websites, right? So I called LA Fitness and I said the same thing I had said to everybody else. Hi, this is Hank from 3 Throw to Go, and we're going to be putting you on a show, and we're going to be trying to get you guys business. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
And he put me on hold for about, I don't know, it's probably 3 minutes, maybe 4. You know how I'm listening to the do.
You're listening to some good music.
You know, so the girl from Ipanema is playing on the hold music, and he comes back and he says, "Sir, I can't let you know our pricing if you don't come in." I said, wow. I said, really? I said, what do you mean? And he says, well, it's a corporate policy. We're not allowed to share pricing. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm trying to get you guys business. I'm trying to use our platform, and we're discussing health and fitness, and I'm trying to send people your way. And then, okay, so he wouldn't tell me, right? So then he calls me back. He calls me back like a half hour later.
Nice.
And I get the phone rings, and I go, hello, and he's like, did I already talk to you? I'm like, yeah, this is Hank from 3 Throw to Go. I was asking you pricing. He goes, oh, okay, well. And I go, are you calling to give me the pricing now? And he goes, no.
Wow. So he just called you just to tell you the same thing you already knew.
So LA Fitness will not share their pricing with you over the phone.
You get nothing.
That's their policy
lose.
Right there.
Good day, sir.
So the point is,
you obviously have to go there in person.
This is my guess, and I'm not being judgmental here, but my guess is that they want to get you in the door. Yeah. And they want to say, okay, well, we do this, and this, but if you want to do this, then why don't you do this? And then the next thing you know, you're spending.
It's a whole package.
It's a gamut, man. It's a gig. All right. So LA Fitness, we do not know. Good luck. Have fun. They would not share with us.
Let us know.
They would not share with us. So there you go.
Let us know.
However, Planet Fitness, right up the road.
Planet Fitness.
They're, I believe their location is here on Hawkins, and my wife and daughter are both members there. By the way, a lot of these places, just like us, they've got initiation fees, and they're waiving them right now because it's the typical.
Tis the season.
Yeah, tis the season. Right after Christmas, everybody makes their resolutions, so they go and they reduce their pricing to try and get you guys in the door.
New year,
right?
new you.
So Planet Fitness right now it's $10 a month with a $1 initiation fee and a $39 annual fee. Okay, so now the next 3 I'm going to bring up fall into their own category, and we're going to call that category with pool.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
So these 3 have pools, all right?
With a pool.
And some of them have indoor and outdoor, right? Yeah. Okay, first we're going to start with the YMCA.
No Village people?
No Village people.
Okay.
So the YMCA right now is $68 for family with an $18 initiation fee. And usually that fee is $100, but right now they're waiving it, okay?
Yep.
Now I talked to friend of the show, Angela, and she had mentioned that the nice thing about the YMCA is once you join one, that
you can go to any of them.
That joins you at all.
Yep. You get a membership card. You can go to any of them.
So that's very convenient, I would say. Like example would be, let's say you're on vacation or something. You want to work out while you're on vacation over the winter or whatever. And you just go to YMCA and you get to go in. Okay. YMCA is one of the places that, and again, they have an indoor pool, and a couple of our friends that did mention that they belong there. They also said that they basically go there to swim. to do the swim
absolutely.
training.
Yeah.
Okay? Our next one's a biggie, and it's this is one of Akron's hidden gems, and it's funny because it's right in my backyard, and I've never paid that much attention to it other than driving by it every day for all of my adult life. Okay, and that's the Akron JCC, okay, the Jewish Community Center, and they're located right on White Pond, and they are right by 77. So 77 White Pond, just past the new corporate parks that are going in. Okay, now the JCC, I had no idea. They've got a I had it written acres, 62 acre campus.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. Well, they got camps, they got pavilions, they got a wobble baseball field back there, and they use it part-time as a soccer field too. So, I mean, and they got an indoor and outdoor pool. Okay.
Yeah, that's
and
fantastic.
They just remodeled. All right. So that's the JCC. Now let me go over the pricing with you with the JCC, right? And I just talked to one of the ladies that runs the facility, and she's one of the nicest folks I've talked to in this whole process. In fact, I think she just liked us. I think she may even be listening right now. But it's $60 a family if you have kids in childcare. Okay, so you get a discount. We have friends. In fact, our first ever caller to the show, if you remember, Ryan was our first ever caller. Could be a eventual trivia question.
It could be.
So Ryan and his family belong there. Okay. So you could get 6 or 12-month memberships, and they break it all down. There's all kinds of pricing. Okay. So it's single parent family. You can do joint parent family. You can do single adult. And then the indoor and outdoor pool are both included with the membership. Okay. And you can add a babysitter pass for free. I'm being told over here by Big D's here doing call screening again for us.
Is the outdoor pool open right now?
The outdoor pool is not open right now, and maybe you could skate on it. But I'm assuming they take the water out, right? Point being, right now they've got Family Fun Day coming up this Sunday. Okay, so again, this is the Akron JCC Family Fun Day is this Sunday. All right. You get 15% off day camp if you register that day. Everything that's going on that day is free. The facility will be available and open for free. They're going to have bouncy jumpies and all kinds of fun stuff to do, okay? And you can
bouncy jumpies.
Jumpy house, bounce house, jump house, whatever you want to call it.
I knew what you meant.
But point being, if you're not doing anything this Sunday, you want to get out of the weather, and you're not interested in any of the football that's going to happen, go anybody but Brady. You can stop out to the JCC.
Well done. And,
they've got lots of free stuff, and they're giving all kinds of membership discounts right now.
Who doesn't like free stuff?
Crickets?
Crickets. Who doesn't like free stuff?
Everybody likes free stuff.
Exactly. Go check it out.
So here's the membership packet costs. And again, it was like what I mentioned. So it's per family with kids, single parent family with kids, single adult. So it goes 89, 76, 69, 61, 40, 42, and 32. And I think those last two prices are for seniors. So, guys, make sure you check that out. That's a JCC. And, again, these are facilities with pools. And the last one to round up our facilities with pools is
the Falls Natatorium.
Tell us about it.
There are different rates for Falls residents versus non-residents. So I guess, obviously, if you live in Cuyahoga Falls, they like you and give you a little discount. There's a wide range in pricing. Senior pricing is obviously cheaper. We love our seniors. And it ranges anywhere from $175 to $1,050.
And those are all the different packages, right? So, in other words, they got in resident versus non-resident, and then single versus family versus married and all that stuff. So the packages go all the way up. So you guys can check that out.
And they're currently running a special for $100 off.
That's right.
I haven't been to the Natatorium for probably about 5 years.
It's been a while. I think I DJ'd there about 10 years ago, and because I'm not a Falls resident, and
they like
prejudice against me.
They like their residents.
So point being, they do provide extra benefit in terms of cost to the Cuyahoga Falls residents, which is fine. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? All right, so then we're going to wrap up this portion of the program with one more facility, and that's a place called 9 Rounds, and that's out in Fairlawn Copley area, I believe. It's around Ray's. It's across from Summit Mall, over by the AM What's the name of that restaurant? AM Riser or whatever, early AM or whatever. Anyway, it's around the corner from Ray's place. Okay. Point being, it's called 9 Rounds, and you said you worked out there once, didn't you? Did you try it? Okay. All right, so 9 rounds. Go ahead. That's you can read that exactly as it is. That's what you said to me. The owner called me.
All right, you have a 30-minute total body kickboxing workout. The circuit does not require any class time. The workout will fit directly into your schedule. The workout changes every day, and a trainer is included at every workout. Membership includes their swag bag, which contains gloves, wrist wraps, a key tag, a nutrition program, and meal plans. A New Year's resolution special for $25 down and $79 a month. You get to try it free one time.
So the way you described it to me, you got to sign a year contract if you do it? Okay. So the way you described it.
That's a pretty good price.
Well, the way you described it, right? So, and again, you were there. Like one circuit session is like the speed bag. The next one's like the heavy bag. The next one's like the paddles.
Right. And
then the next one's the kick.
Or
and you go boom, 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 right around the sessions. And then it's exhausting. That's what Big D is saying. And as you go around, then every minute or two, they go switch.
Yeah.
So
there's a 15-second break.
So it's like speed dating.
Literally like 9. Okay.
It's like speed dating, but it's like speed workout.
But it's not. So when they say 9 rounds, you're really going, 9 rounds in a 30-minute session, right?
I like it.
So check that out, guys. And he'd be happy to. They are happy to show you how it works one time for free. Okay, so that's called 9 rounds.
9 rounds.
All right, so here we go. And
this is the fun.
This
right here.
This is fun, right?
I'm pretty excited about this.
So we're in a trial period. We have mentioned that we're about to get some sponsors here, and if you're interested in being one of our sponsors, just reach out to us, and I'll email you all a packet of information so that you can do that. Right now, and it's been on my target for a while. I was very open about that, right? Mm-hmm. And that's Acme Fresh Market Superstores.
We love Acme.
So Acme Fresh Market, and hold on, let me grab it.
Grab it.
So here we go. For the next 5 weeks, we're going to be giving away an Acme gift card. Okay.
See that?
But it will only be able to be given away.
Real.
It's a real gift card. It's real.
It's real.
It's only going to go to folks that are live in our studio audience that text into the show with the proper answer to a trivia question. And the trivia questions are always going to be related to previous shows that we've done. In other words, we want to favor those folks that are true followers of the show. So here we go with our first Acme trivia question.
Are you going to ask it or do I?
You know what? You go ahead. But before we do that, let me explain my relationship with Acme.
I think you should. It's a good one.
We are daily shoppers at Acme number 1. And when I say daily, I literally mean daily. Okay.
And by Acme number 1, you mean the one right there on Market Street.
It's right here on Market.
Each of the Acmes have a store number.
It's by Market, Garmin, and Bryden.
Right.
Okay. And it's right across from the fire station. Every Acme's got a store number. And what we'll do, I love Acme does Meat Week, okay, which now I think they call it their stock up sale now. They changed. They probably offended somebody with the name a couple of years ago or whatever. But the point is, I love Acme Meat Week, so I'll drop $200 to $300 on Acme Meat Week, and I'll literally stock the freezer in the basement so that
you got to make But then I've got summer parties.
But then I'm talking everything here. I'm talking for roast, your comfort food and all that.
Absolutely.
So then what we do is we literally go shop in the basement. And then all I need is the sides for dinner. So I go to Acme just about daily to get sides and whatever.
So they know you when you walk.
They all know me when
That's
literally. I know every cashier. I talk to every one of them all the time.
Wow. You're like that guy.
Justin is the store manager there. Bob's the assistant. Every time I see Bob, he wants to talk about sports for like 5 minutes so he doesn't get in trouble.
Yep.
Dan Cox is one of their main stockers there. He's been there for a good portion of his career. And he's actually next door neighbors with my mom and dad.
Okay.
And as that, I mean Dan, friend of show. We don't say last names here.
No.
We don't say last names here. And then I'll talk sports with Scott. Scotty's one of the Packers, and he always wants to talk. The first thing he does is ask me, "What are you doing tonight?" And whether it's Cavs or Indian season, he doesn't want to talk. He doesn't want to talk about the Browns ever. Okay?
That's good. I like it.
The point is. So I asked my mom the other day, I said, what's our story as far as would you consider us lifetime shoppers at Acme? And her answer was unequivocally yes. She goes, she used to go to Acme 19 once every couple of days. I said, Acme 19, what's that? Acme 19 was Acme right down the street here where Ace Hardware currently is and Subway and all that where Imperial Walk used to be.
That used to be an Acme.
That was an Acme. Who knew?
And now Acme 19 is the one that resides on Whipple Avenue in Canton.
Right. So the point is, when they closed that's when they opened Acme number 1. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I did not know that. And then Jack Kilway was the manager at Acme number 1 for forever. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then he retired, and I recently saw him. I was DJing a wedding. He was the grandparent of the bride. So point being, we are regular shoppers at Acme. So here we go, folks. We're in a trial period with them. We're going to be working toward making them one of our primary sponsors. But right now, we're going to go ahead and give away an Acme gift card. So be the first person to text your answer to the number that is right here listed between Thor and Hulk.
Text.
Okay?
Don't call.
Spidey is pointing right up above there.
Text.
Okay? Text your answer, and we go all the way back to show number 1.
Show number 1.
And our question tonight is,
where does Hank come from?
Where does my screen name come from?
So where does Hank?
We explained the name.
You said, where does my name come from? Because where you come from.
We explained my name. Just be specific. Where does my screen name come from? We will not accept answers on the computer. You have to text in. And then we'll get your address privately, and we'll send you this gift card.
Where does Hank's screen name come from?
That's our trivia question for tonight for an Acme gift card.
That's a good one.
All right, here we go. Moving on with the show.
Way to start hard, Hank. Jeez.
We'll come back to that once we have a winner. First person to text in.
Let us know.
Right now, everybody's going to check episode.
I know. Everybody's going back to rewatch episode 1. I know. Everybody just disappeared.
All right, here we go, folks.
Wow.
Here we go now. Now we go into the diet portion of our, and when I say diet, that's nutrition and food. Okay?
I thought we weren't going to call it
We don't
diet.
call it diet. We don't call it diet, all right? But the point is, there's so much, all right? So we're going to get into it. So right now, I'm going to let you cover the first 3, and then I'll cover the 4th one. So you start with the first 3.
All right, so Weight Watchers, which is sold in local stores, they have an in-person or an online program. Establish a goal weight. Participants lose weight by creating a calorie deficit. Everything has points assigned to it by using fat, carbs, fiber, and protein as categories. I think everybody's heard of Weight Watchers.
Right, and
that's a popular one.
Well, it's interesting. The one thing I found out is that a lot of it is available in stores, but much more of it is available online.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
I see their shows all the time. Isn't Christy Alley, isn't she one of the main folks?
Yeah, she still is. She has been for forever.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
And then we have Advocare, multi-level marketing, commissions from sales personally and from downline distributors you have recruited. There's dietary supplements and Spark.
And Spark keeps us alive during game day. And
shout out to Spark. You know who you are. I'm still waiting for our blue raspberry Spark.
Yeah.
Isn't Spark like the...
We get Spark. We got a whole vat.
Are you thinking the non-alcoholic beer?
No, we got a carton.
That's Sparks.
We got a carton of Spark in the back.
We do.
Okay. All right. So the point is, the several of you, if you sell Advocare, feel free to tag your name on our page and go ahead and list your webpage. Right there in the comments, go ahead and list your webpage of your Advocare salesperson. I have friends that are. I know one is specifically friend of show, Michael, if he's out there listening. Point being, again, a lot of people do this kind of stuff, and MLMs, are kind of like they're like Rodan and Fields and Mary Kay and all that. So they get direct commission from their own sales, and they have other folks underneath their tree,
they have residual
Amway
income
and all those places. Okay, but Advocare's like that. Okay, next one.
Nutrisystem from our friend Marie Osmond, not Mary. Marie Osmond.
No, I said Marie.
You did. I said it wrong. My apologies. The entire program is available online, direct to consumer. Basic is $10. The core is $11. Unique is $12 per day, and they are 4-week plans.
We have a winner.
We have a winner?
We have a winner. We have
the only one to text?
We have a winner.
Wait a minute. Congratulations.
We've got our first gift card winner.
And
it's friend of show.
Friend of show?
Last name anonymous.
Nope.
What? Oh, it's right here.
No cowbell. I got a fever.
Where's the thing? Need the beater.
Get the beater.
Pause.
All right.
Friend of show.
And the winner is
Jason.
Jason.
Jason's one of our regulars. He's a regular viewer now.
Jason.
I heard a rumor that when our show comes on that they turn the TV off in the house and they stream us live on their TV.
That is fantastic.
So that's fantastic. It's possible that he could be one of our only watchers and listeners that gets all these questions.
I think he's only allowed to win one.
They could end up getting. We need to make a policy, don't we?
I think we need to.
Like you can only win once a month.
Once a month.
Once a month.
Once
okay.
a month is fair.
So I will probably see Jason sometime in the next week or two, and I will deliver him this card.
I think you may see him tonight. He might drive over here to get it.
He could, for all we know, he could be the skeleton.
We may
guy.
see him on Saturday, maybe.
All right.
Maybe. Who knows?
Go back with Nutrisystem.
Nutrisystem. We want to do it again?
No, we didn't finish it.
Yes, I did.
What?
Yeah.
The answer was it was my college nickname. And my last name comes from the derivative in English, so we'll give him the answer. He said it's my college nickname. All right, so
I did finish Nutrisystem.
Well, no, here's the thing about Nutrisystem, it is darn expensive.
It gets extremely expensive.
I mean, I'm looking at this right, and these are shakes that they offer.
Mm-hmm.
They got 4-week plans available, and they have I don't even know how they break it down, right? But there are different flavors.
Mm-hmm.
They got basic, core, and unique, and it's $10, $11, and $12.
A day.
Per day.
Yeah.
Per day.
Is that just the shakes?
That's just the shakes. I don't know.
There's like a box you buy at Walmart now.
That's a full day's worth of food?
Full day's worth of food? Wait a minute. Stop.
I would hope that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Anybody
okay. Anybody out there do Nutrisystem that can school us on that? We'd be happy to hear about that. Okay,
we need some confirmation, please.
All right, so the next one I'll cover because I know all these people and I want to talk about it. Right, so we got Beachbody and Shakeology. Really, the system here is Shakeology, but it's tied directly to Beachbody. Okay, yep. And the way let me find their thing. They had a description, right? Yeah. Beachbody. Basically, they focus on.
Do you need it? It's right here.
Where? Oh, I see. Here we go. They've got it's meal plans, recipes, and portion control, but most importantly, Shakeology. Okay, so here's our coaches, right? There are so many of you out there that are coaches, but these are the ones that I know. I got a lot of friends on this little Facebook thing.
Kate just said crazy, insane coaches.
What?
I know who you are.
Yeah,
my
Kate's complaining because she follows one of the coaches right now.
Calling them out.
So here we go. Here are the coaches that I know. Okay, and that's Brooke, and that's DeVette, and that's Beth and Glenn, and that's Regan and Brian. Okay, so Brooke is here in Akron. DeVette is in. I think she lives over in Sandusky area, but she is one of the directors of the show Luminosity for Cedar Point. So if you've ever seen Luminosity, that's DeVette. Okay. Then Beth and Glenn are a couple here in Akron, and then Regan and Brian are a couple down in North Carolina, okay? The reason I chose those 4, they're the ones that I see the most on Facebook using the Facebook platform as part of their Beachbody initiative.
Yep.
And every day they're out there giving encouraging messages, and every day they're out there doing training sessions and having groups of the most active of the ones that I see. And I'm not trying to not favor someone else, but those are the ones that come across to me very prevalently on Facebook. Okay,
yeah, we see a lot of them.
Now, here's a yeah, it's Glenn and Beth and Glenn. Correct.
No last names, Moomin.
Yeah, we don't do last names.
No last names.
Yeah, but the thing about Beth and Glenn, they're funny, right? Because they always do like family like poses.
Yeah, they do.
Like you'll see them on vacation and they're doing like a weird like yoga pose where they're all like chairs on each other, like all. Yeah, like it's like in the middle of the beach, and it's like awesome. It's really cool what they do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Beachbody,
we have an
and
Instagram
Shakeology.
page?
So what they do, we have our own Instagram page. Now. That's nice.
I didn't know that.
All right, so what they do is they use Netflix, like they use a Netflix-like system that give you every Beachbody program available, and even those that have yet to be released for that year. Okay. Oh, look who just joined. Look who just joined.
Her ears were ringing.
Her timing is impeccable. Gee, I wonder
were ringing.
I wonder if Big D had something to do about that.
Probably.
Which we'll probably have Brooke call in next week because I want her to be able to go over her certifications with everybody. But right now, so subscription payments are $39 a quarter, $59 for every 6 months, or $99 annually. Okay, and that includes meal plans, recipes, and portion control containers. But most importantly, Shakeology. All right. They've got nutrient-dense superfood shakes with antioxidants, probiotics, prebiotics, vitamins, and minerals. That's what Shakeology is. Most of them are extremely hard to find in grocery stores. You can sometimes find them, but not all the time. They've got many different flavors. What perhaps? Oh, it's just I don't even.
Nah, leave that alone.
Brooke, we don't share who's running the screen here. Thank you very much.
Nope.
Many different flavors, and that's $129 a month, and you could get a challenge pack. And this is where fitness and nutrition come together. You get 30 days of shakes, a year of what's BB? Oh, Beachbody, which is on demand. Beachbody on demand. Meal plans, recipe, the portion control containers, an online accountability group, and personal coaching.
That's fantastic.
That ranges from $160 to $200 a month. So that's a full program designed to do everything. So in other words, it's mind, body, and spirit, also accompanied with the food portion, right?
Cool.
So check that out. That's Beachbody, all right? So now I'll shut up for.
You're gonna shut up for a minute?
You take a swig. Let me finish up on that.
Okay.
You take a swig. So yeah, we're going to be highlighting some of these coaches and box owners next week, and we'll have them call into the show and give them a chance to share their platform with you. But for right now, again, those are the four, and that's Brooke, DeVette, Beth and Glenn, and Regan and Brian. Those are the four that I see most prevalent on my Facebook news.
All right. Now let's go to It Works. Multi-level marketing. It's very similar to Advocare, but with more products. They carry the essential oils and skincare as well. And we'll shout out friend of show, Elizabeth.
Yeah, Elizabeth's out there. She asked me every once in a while to try It Works, and I just right now it's just not on my radar. But we did want to share it with folks because they don't just deal with the diet nutrition side. They've got a lot of other products as well. So find an It Works consultant for that.
And then we have the paleo diet, foods that humans ate during the Paleolithic era, features vegetables, fruits, nut roots, fish, eggs, meat, and organ meats, and there are no processed foods.
I forgot a comma. It's
Did you?
nuts.
It's not nuts roots?
It's not nut roots.
Oh.
It's nuts and roots.
Well, at least it's me.
The point is, the paleo diet, you hear about all these guys, you don't always necessarily know what they are. So when we started researching all these things, it was very eye-opening.
Nut roots.
So, all right, continue,
All right,
please.
I'm
Continue.
sorry. I'm laughing. My apologies.
Oh, just a lot of peanut butter.
And then we have the South Beach diet, which is high fiber, low glycemic carbs, unsaturated fat, and lean protein. It categorizes carbs and fats as good or bad.
Yeah, and a lot of these diets, when you look them up, they're, especially if you look, depending on where you look them up, they're fads, F-A-D-S, okay? Which, in other words, it's a real popular diet. It's like, in other words, it's like what the celebrities are doing right now, or what athletes are doing right now, and it's like it's going to come and it's going to go. But some of them stick around longer,
Right.
okay? What is Jan? What does Jan say?
She needs to wait 30 seconds.
She needs to wait.
30 seconds.
Needs
It's
to
coming
wait.
up. It's coming up. I promise, Jan. It's
All right.
coming up.
So, but again, South Beach was real popular, and go ahead and skip and do Atkins real quick.
All right. So we have Atkins, which is another low-carb diet. They restrict net carbs using calculations from a food source by subtracting fiber and sugar alcohols from total carbohydrates.
All right. So when I think of South Beach and Atkins, I think of them as meat diets. Meat, M-E-A-T. So in other words, real high proteins, lots of proteins,
Yep.
very low carbs. Okay.
Correct.
And so that's those. And again, these were all real popular, real like comet like flashing across the sky, and then they kind of like fizzled
They
and
faded a
but
little
they
bit.
still are there, and so we want to touch on them, right? And some people still swear to them. And
Yeah.
again, we're just covering as many of them as we can. We're not judging anybody or having a predisposition to any of them. Okay. And then now let's talk about the latest big fad, and that's the ketogenic diet.
Yep, the keto diet.
Have at it.
It is high-fat, low-carb diet used to control epilepsy in children. The diet forces the body to burn fats rather than carbohydrates. Normally, carbs are converted into glucose, which is then transported around the body and is particularly important in fueling brain function. However, if there is little carbs in the diet. The liver converts fat into fatty acids and ketone bodies. The ketones then replace glucose as an energy source. This is referred to as being in a state of ketosis.
And this is really big right now. A lot of the CrossFitters especially will swear by this one. Like when I started talking to some of the box owners, they talked about, trying to establish that state of ketosis while they're working out in the gym. And so again, what it focuses on, and I heard Glenn do a 3-minute video on this in regards to Beachbody. It's where you get past having the glucose available in your body. In other words, you're past where your meal provides, and at that point, you start burning the fat. You start burning your fat cells up. That's that concept of being in that state of ketosis. So that's a ketogenic diet. Okay, Moon Man's communicating here. It's 70% fat,
25% protein,
25%,
5% carbs.
Okay.
No carbs.
Yeah.
Potato chips, Lay's potato chips.
High fat, no carbs, low carbs, very little carbs. Anyway, that's ketogenic, right? So that's a big one right now, okay? And then coupled with that, we've got the zone diet.
Well, I will say the keto diet is very popular. I have a few cousins that have shed a good amount of weight doing the keto diet.
Friend of show Jan is watching right now. If you can't see it live and you are listening to this on the pod, she said it's the butter made my pants fall off diet.
I like that name for it. That's there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, it's very popular and people are losing a lot of weight using it. So,
all right, so let's talk zone.
Zone is a low-carb diet that specifies consumption of calories from carbohydrates and protein in a specified ratio, recommending eating 5 times a day to make a sense of
satiation.
Yeah, good luck.
Satiation. It's where
Consume tight.
it's where you're full.
Could you find a better word?
It's what it said. I took it right out of the
That
dictionary.
discourages overeating. Eat when you are hungry, but only in small portions.
Basically, folks,
Wow.
the short version is it's basically the keto diet, but you do it in small portions and you eat consistently throughout the day.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is what Scott does, friend of show Scott. And Scott, we'll probably have Scott on the show next week to help describe that.
Satiety.
Satiety. It's where you're full. All right.
Okay.
Next.
All right.
Next.
We have the vegetarian diet. Obviously, it's a vegetable diet with no red meat, poultry, seafood, or flesh of any animal.
Yep. It's been around forever. My dad will swear by that one. Okay.
Then you have the vegan diet.
Yep.
Any and all products produced by animals in any way. Strict vegetarianism.
So I went to a barbecue. I went to a picnic once.
Okay.
And I got a hot dog.
Okay.
And it was a vegan hot dog.
I don't think I've ever had any
It was-
vegan anything.
First of all, it was very, I don't know how to describe this without sounding terrible. It's very limp and flimsy. It was it was just like, how you have
Pause.
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 You know how you have a hot dog and it's got a texture to it, right?
Yeah.
So it was like I bit into it and I thought it was like I was biting an ice cream hot dog. Like that's what it that's what the,
Oh, righty.
Horrible turn of events.
and I'm not
Horrible.
I am not intentionally making fun of the vegan diet, but I was not prepared for what I experienced. Okay. The point is they just don't eat anything produced by animals. So it is what it is. There's lots of vegans we know, lots of vegetarians we know. Okay. The next one threw me for a loop.
Is the raw food diet.
Yes.
They only eat uncooked and unprocessed food.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah, but people do it to their dogs, and it makes me
I
sick.
can't eat any
The raw food diet.
raw meat.
Is there anybody that's listening to this show right now or that wants to call in next week that is on a raw food diet?
Yes, please let us know.
I fed my dog at one.
I really want to know. I really want to know what that's all
Anyone?
about. Okay?
Bueller?
Raw food diet.
Bueller?
But it's out there, guys. It's
Yep.
out there. Okay.
And then you have the Mediterranean diet,
Correct.
the high consumption of olive oil, legumes.
I think it's legumes. Is it
Legumes.
legumes? Okay.
Thank you. unrefined cereal, fruits, vegetables, fish, dairy, and wine. And there is a low consumption of other meats.
What?
Kate just wants the wine diet.
She said olive oil and wine. Is that what she said?
Straight wine diet?
That could go on your salad, I guess. All right, so the Mediterranean, and the thing about the Mediterranean, and they're very, they're really not about other meats, mostly fish and other products that go with the fish, okay? All right, so that we're off the reservation. That concludes act number 2.
We have fallen off the
That gives us about 10 minutes to touch on act 3, which is the methods, okay?
Mhm.
So the one thing I want to start with is open road, okay? There's a lot of friends of ours, and I fall into the open road category, okay? I played soccer competitively and recreationally for 35 years. And I don't want to say I'm retired right now.
You are showing your age when you
I don't want to
things
say
like
I'm
that.
retired right now, but we'll say I'm just not actively playing.
Okay. Fair enough.
And remarkably, I escaped all that time without a significant knee injury, which is a big deal playing soccer, right?
That's
Unlike Kate, who has had, 5 knee surgeries at this point. But the point is,
that's no bueno.
open road training is what I refer to in regards to you just go to the park and you run, or you go down to Sand Run and you run the trails. You go to Mingo Trail, you run the trails. When I trained, I did Tough Mudder twice, and we trained for Tough Mudder. We ran right through the creek beds. That way we were running in the water, in the mud. It was fun, right? The point is that's open road for me.
Sound like fun for me.
Well, and even when I trained in college, like for high school and college training, I would use the driveways between my parents and my neighbors' houses as the markers, because they were all roughly, if I remember correctly, the parcels were 20 yards, so 2 driveways were 40 yards. So I could do interval sprint training by 20 yards and 40-yard dashes.
Okay.
Right? So the point is that's open road training. A lot of people like to do that because it costs exactly $0. Like I was talking to my sister on the phone yesterday. I was telling her about this upcoming show. And she said, why are you overcomplicating this? She goes, here's what I want you to tell all your listeners. She's a big deal. She's a surgeon.
Okay.
She's a ER surgeon. She's out in the Reading Hospital, which is a training facility for the University of Pennsylvania. Okay. So she's a big deal. She was at the Mayo Clinic for forever. The point is, she said to me, why don't you just tell everybody to don't buy the gym membership, but to walk or bike to the gym every day and then turn around and walk or bike home.
Wow.
That way they'll be doing the same thing in terms of their body needing getting what it needs and not having to pay for the membership and not having to worry about a lunk alarm.
Is that the same people that say just put the fork down?
Yes, and not have to worry about a lunk alarm. You know what a lunk alarm? You ever heard of a lunk alarm?
I have, in fact.
What's a lunk alarm?
So a lunk alarm will go off at a certain, we're not going to mention where.
Okay.
But for those who like to be, what's the word I want to use?
Boisterous.
Boisterous in their workouts. The grunting, the
throwing weights.
High-fiving.
Chest bumping.
Yeah.
Don't say that. We're not saying that specifically.
No.
Just any
Can't say
workout
that.
facility. The people who get,
those
that.
guys. Then an alarm will go off to notify that there is a lunk present
That they need to settle down.
and they need to calm down.
And that goes to the next method, and that's free weights.
Free weights.
A lot of folks will use free weights either at home or at the gym. And that, in fact, Chris, that's what he does. He's a free weight guy, right? And he told me, he's like, have me on the show. You can interview me, and then I'll tell everybody what they need to do, and everybody will hate me, and then I'll leave. So
Fair enough.
he's like,
Book them. Let's go.
Okay. Then, of course, we talked about Beachbody, but not only with Beachbody, but a lot of these other groups or thought processes will also incorporate coaches.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends if you're a self-starter, self-motivator, or if you need somebody to be riding you and busting your chops all the time.
Pause.
No, you know what I said that wrong.
You did.
If you need somebody,
so did.
if you need somebody on your back that is
Whoa! Stop!
Horrible
Stop.
turn of events.
Stop!
Horrible.
Stop!
fill in the words.
If you need someone to push you along, to be a cheerleader, a personal
Oh
cheerleader.
my God.
We're falling off the reservation.
So the point is, oh man,
No.
we can't. If you need somebody to motivate you,
There you go.
there it is.
Motivate.
If you need somebody to
That's
motivate
the word
you.
we needed.
All right. Next, oh man, next is intermittent fasting. We talked about
Yep.
that last show, but a lot of folks will use that to get into that state of ketosis. Okay, and so what they'll do is they'll eat their meals or do their portion controls. Look at everybody's laughing at us now. They'll do their portion controls, and they will at that point they'll reach that point where the glycolysis cycle turns off, where they're no longer burning sugar, and that's when they start to burn fat. Okay, and that can be achieved by fasting. And then I mentioned Yoli. We're going to try and have Yoli on the show during the Valentine's Day episode.
Yep.
She was the one that suggested just go dancing.
Yeah.
It's something that you enjoy doing. That way you head on out. You go not necessarily clubbing, but wherever you want to go. I mean, there's lots of places playing music.
Yeah, you just go and dance and have a
that
good
way
time.
you're out of someplace having fun, having a good time. What's up? Uncorked. The wine bar has salsa on Thursday nights.
I like salsa.
Free salsa. So the point is, you can find places to go dancing. Looks like Mike and Melinda just joined the show. Welcome, guys. And then we talked about before, and I didn't get a chance.
Here we go.
I didn't get a chance
Here
to
we go.
research this. It's the whole concept of not necessarily working out, but redistribution of body portions, whether it be skinny jeans, sucker inners, or cold. What's it called?
Cold sculpting.
Cold sculpting, body sculpting. Okay. It looks like Melinda said she just got tortured by Ryan. Oh, I forgot about Ryan. Ryan's a personal trainer.
Yeah.
So Ryan's a friend of the show. He's at Pinnacle. And again, that's a place that I didn't research Pinnacle, and I should have. But so, Melinda, if you want to have Ryan potentially send us some information, we could share information on
we'll be
Pinnacle
happy to.
next week. That'd be fine, because we're going to debrief this whole show at the beginning of next week with some callers. But yeah, so the point is, sucker inners, I believe they're affectionately referred to as Spanx. And again,
The Spanx are different, I think.
the point is, these are not necessarily workout. These are redistributioners or reproportioners. Okay,
Reproportioners.
and we talked about the Fitbit trackers.
Yep.
One thing we didn't mention last week
Last year.
was the yoga and the hot yoga. Okay, so you got yoga,
Right.
and then you got hot yoga. So hot yoga, tell me if I'm wrong. This is how it was explained to me.
Oh, Lord.
Hot yoga is just doing yoga in a very, very warm environment. So in other words, they jack that temperature up to like 90 degrees.
Oh.
So you're working
You're working in, you can't say sweat box.
not so much a sauna.
Oh, my goodness.
But the point is, they really jack the temperature up, and that's what hot yoga is.
Oh,
So and again, I've never done yoga. She said? Bar classes.
Bear.
It's BARRE, right?
That's
Bar
bar.
classes. Okay. Oh, that's the you know what I called that? I called that what did I call that? I called that hanging from the hammock. I'm like, the hammock workout. What's it called? Bar? BARRE? That's the one where you're hanging from the ceiling.
Oh.
You're doing yoga, but you're in
no.
like a little swingy hammock rope thing, right? What's it called? It's a sheet. Okay. So, and again, we are not experts here. We are trying to share all this with you. I do not have any pricing on that yet, because we were totally overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that you could do in and around the Akron and 330 area code in regards to all the different workout styles.
Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, see, now I'm wrong. That's aerial aerobics. She's saying
Aerial
that's aerial aerobics. So what's bar? We got Big D is arguing over here that they're the same thing. So we'll look them both up. We'll tell you
let
next
those
week.
two hammer that out.
All right. So then the others ones we mentioned was Pilates and spin and Zumba. There's Zumba classes all over town. You can look those up. We had mentioned pole dancing. I felt it appropriate to let you look that up on your own. Oh my gosh!
Wow, I was not
I
expecting
wasn't ready
that.
for that sound effect.
Nope, I wasn't either. Well done, Moon Man.
The
Well
point-
done.
Oh man, the
Oh.
point is, feel free to look that one up on your own. We didn't
Yeah.
want to endorse that one, okay? Given our outside world, and there's nothing wrong. Well, I can't even climb out of the hole now.
Digging.
The point is,
further and
it's
further.
an option, and
and
from what I
further.
understand, it's actually very popular in the Copley and Montrose area. I was surprised. So check that out on your own. High intensity interval training. Is
Yep.
that it? Okay.
Hit.
Yeah, and in group training, we talked about that with Orange Theory, and a bunch of the CrossFits also offer group training. And also, remember Evolve and Medina, we brought them up. They offer group training as well.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we didn't talk about before was strength training and personal training, and that is where you can find your own personal trainers that come to your house.
Yeah. No.
And say it again. JCC has personal trainers, but
Yeah,
do they do that
basically-
at the gym, or do they come to your house?
They do it at the gym, but
They will schedule your
They
house. So-
basically show you how to do it and help you to.
And again,
reach your
if
goal.
you're just tuning in now, we covered a lot of these earlier on in the show, so make sure you rewind and watch it again
watch it
because we touched on a lot of the pricing of these facilities around town. Next week, we're going to have a few of them as callers on the show for the first act, and then we'll deal with the second act later. We'll tell you about that in a minute. And again, functional fitness, we talked about that. It's the same, just like open road training. And that's where you do something and it's for the fun of it with your family,
Mhm.
whether that be going for a bike ride, going for a hike, walking. A lot of the older folks walk the mall in the morning before the mall opens.
Walkers.
So there's lots of opportunities to do functional fitness, and that's, of course, encouraged on your own. And as far as fitness for older adults, there's lots of these facilities, and it was just such a big topic. Lots of these facilities, they do offer fitness packages for seniors, and usually you'll be able to look those up and find them out online. Looks like Ryan is now on the show as well. So point being, we have covered so much tonight.
Covered a lot.
And I'll be honest with you. Of everything we've covered, I'd say that's still only probably 75% of what's available out there. I mean, look, here's a prime example. There's, Ryan's checking in right now. He's at Pinnacle. I didn't even think to bring up Pinnacle because I wouldn't naturally think that they've got a workout facility in there.
That's why it gets missed a lot.
Yeah. So
It's called Fit Rank.
Sorry, Ryan.
it's called what?
Fit Rank.
Fit Ranks
It's a personal training program.
Personal training program. For strength and conditioning.
He talks about
Nutrition, okay, and that's Ryan. In fact, he even goes by, that's his name on Facebook, as a coach. So again, there's lots of these folks that are available. We've plugged some of them tonight. Next week, I'm going to try and get a hold of Scott. He's a local CrossFit owner in Twinsburg. He owns a box up there. I'm going to try and have Brooke on the show. She's a Beachbody representative. I'll try and reach out to Glenn, maybe DeVette. I'm also going to reach out to the owner of 9 Rounds. I'm going to reach out to the owner of Evolve, and I'm going to try and keep the conversations civil next week. The goal is to, more than friend of show, Mrs. Roddy.
Mrs. Roddy
would like us to post the list.
I think that's a great idea.
So why don't we do this? When we finish up the show tonight, I'll hop on. And on our page, I will link all their websites. So I'll track down all the websites of the places that we highlighted here tonight, and I'll just give you a list of all of those websites. And then that way you can click and you can browse on your own.
There you go.
A lot of them will have pricing right on their website, but not all of them.
Not LA Fitness.
Several of them did say that they wouldn't share it with me even over the phone. All right, so folks. We hope we've been helpful tonight, and again, this was a bigger topic than what we were ready for, and we could stretch into 3 hours, but we're already hitting past our hour mark now. And again, we're excited. We've got 2 sponsors now. Acme's in the works. We're working on it, but right now we are giving away gift cards for them. We're not doing commercials for them yet. But
that's coming.
Next week, we have our first real legitimate sponsor that we're going to plaster stuff on the walls behind us.
Yep, so excited.
And then they'll be sponsoring. They're having a big sale in terms of leading up to Valentine's Day. So that gives you a hint as to who they are. All right. So right now, once again, folks, we've had a lot of fun spending some time with you here tonight. Please join us for our next episode as we'll have show guests to discuss our findings here this evening. We're also going to take our first look at the upcoming Indians baseball season as pitchers and catchers are getting ready to report. Until then, don't know where I'm going, but there ain't no sense in being late. Say goodnight, Shirley.
Good night, Shirley.
This podcast is a copyright of Moon Garden Media Limited.
Oh, just a lot